I don't know who's there from this story, but I've gotten down the details a little further on my sister getting almost hit by lightning story. You haven't heard it before? I could tell it to you. It's actually crazy. Okay. Sorry, I'm hyping up the story. But anyway, I guess I can start it. I might miss out on some details here, so please. It's a pretty long one too, so please forgive me if I miss any details or if I go back to fill in some more details later. So, like I said, my sister has almost been struck by lightning like a few times in her life, actually. I'll try to remember more as I go along, but I think it's at least 2, maybe a third. I'll have to remember. But I remember the first time. She's alive, don't worry. That's why I'm smiling. The first time it happened, we were in marching band, actually, and she was actually the drum major. She was the one that would just direct the band. But there was like a storm brewing in the distance we saw, and you all of a sudden see my sister's hair just like shoot straight up in the air. And then we heard thunder like a bit later, so we just all start going to the nearest shelter. And then I shit you not, like 10 seconds later, lightning just like struck the field. Like there's like scaffolding there, and it just like struck the scaffolding. And it was just like, it's interesting because like my sister's hands, she was like on the scaffolding because she was the drum major, right? So they got down, she like survived about like 30 seconds or something like that. It was actually pretty crazy. So that was, shit. That was the first time. I know about that one time, and then she's told me about others since they've happened since she's back in Australia. But my sister, for a while, she was actually interested in, she was like super interested in trains. And she just like followed, she would like be one of those people that would just go around taking pictures of trains and shit like that. And then like if she hears change, she'd be like, oh, that is a steam engine. A hobo. She was not a hobo. Okay? She was interested, and she like got talking to like I don't even know what it was. She wanted to train to like drive a train. Or like direct a train, I don't even know. But she wanted to train to do that sort of thing. And then one time where she was like looking out, she was like talking to one of the like train drivers, and shut up, she's not a hobo. She was talking to one of the train drivers, and they like invited her on the train. And then so they go for a stop together. This is all from her, by the way, so I'm just like recalling how she's told it to me. I'm sure she's not a hobo. I'm sure. They took her a stop, and then she's like, oh, that was really cool, whatnot. They get off the train, and once again, of course, most of these situations, I will say, a storm was a brewing because there was clouds nearby, and my sister, her hair does the exact same thing. It goes like straight up, and like 30 seconds later, after they went inside because they heard thunder earlier, it strikes like the train. She recently called me like a month or two ago, or we were talking a month or two ago, and she said like the same thing happened again. It was, so she is a manager for a hotel chain. So they were doing, like, leadership training, right? And she was one of the people doing the leadership training because she's not a hobo. She's a manager at a hotel. In a hotel chain. They're doing leadership training outside. She didn't tell. I forgot exactly what it was. It was, like, probably some team building exercise. And her hair does the, you know the thing, you know the drill. They hear thunder and a few, like, her hair stands straight up, and then it just strikes an area they were in. This is all according to her, by the way. So I had to ask her, like, do you know what causes that? Because her hair always goes up. She's like, Adam, you know what? I was great at conducting the band. I was great at conducting a train, and I'm great at conducting business. I'm just a great conductor. I'm sorry, that story was way too long for such a bad payoff. Just a fake story I made up one day. Yeah, the whole point, I tried to think of a joke that just like is a really stupid long story and just a really bad pun to end the joke.